Hi, and welcome to Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight from Fatal Butterfly and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's great to be back.
Happy Wednesday.
Woo, these weeks are going by fast.
They really are.
All right, so I will go over our mission statement for Musicians Hangout, and then we will get to introducing our guests for this week. All right, Musicians Hangout mission statement is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. So welcome to the community, guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. So we have those guys. They are from New York State. And we'll have you all introduce yourselves individually and tell us what your role is in the band as well.
I'm Rick. I am the rhythm guitars and the backup vocalist for those guys.
I'm Josh. I'm lead vocalist and lead guitar player.
I'm Justin. I'm the bass player.
I'm Sean, and I hit things.
Us too.
Yep, we hit things too.
We hit things too with sticks.
Yes,
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
that's the best way to do it.
You probably have the best hearing in the band as well, right?
But
He hears everything.
Score 5.
So tell us about your band. What genre are you, and how long have you all been together?
We're an alternative punk rock band. We've actually been a band for about 3 years. We actually started off as a duo, and we wanted to add more to it, so we picked up Sean as the drummer, and
Just recently got a new bass player.
Yep, and then recently grabbed Justin out of Washington. He drove all the way up here just.
That's right, you stole him from God's country. Right.
No, it's okay because I kind of look like Jesus, so I kind of have that get out of jail free card right now.
That whole vibe going right now. But yeah, we've been a band for 3 years overall.
Awesome. So, how did you get your name?
When we started doing it as a duo, Josh and I were hanging out in his apartment, and we came up with, I think, like 2 or 3 songs just randomly. And he's like, well, if we're going to do this, we'll do it right. What do you want to call it? And just out of nowhere, I was like, those guys. He's like, what? I was like, exactly. So now every time we go to the bar, people ask us what our name is, we'll tell them those guys. When they say, what? Who's those guys? That's exactly why we picked that
That's
name.
I
awesome.
love that.
I love that too. It's very creative. And it's hard to come up with a band name. So kudos. It's very,
we
very
had to bully a couple of other bands.
No, we don't bully other bands, but there are a few other ones out there with the same name. So.
Yeah.
No.
I hope so.
So tell us a little bit about your musical journey as individuals. If you could start maybe with Rick, if you want to start out how you became a musician and what inspired you to start your musical journey, let us know.
All right. Well, I became interested in playing guitar right around middle school. Going out and seeing concerts in local bars and shows like that made me think that maybe I could do something like that. So I had my parents buy me a guitar from Walmart, and it came with a little $10 amp that came as a bundle back then.
Oh,
And tuned it all up and went on YouTube, and I found this guy called Marty Schwartz, who will teach you the basics of every chord you need to know.
nice.
And then I just kind of self-taught from there. So,
That's great that you utilize YouTube like that. So many kids don't even think of that, and they have that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
When I was a kid, we didn't have YouTube.
Right.
Go find the guy at the end of the street and hope he knows what he's talking
Yeah, I actually like
Bizarre
it wasn't.
I'm like doing the math. I'm like, wow, you must be really young, Rick.
He's the baby of the band.
I am the youngest one in the band. I'm 27.
Aha, you are the baby. I see.
Don't let the beard.
Yeah, I was a solo artist for a while, and then
Okay.
a couple of years ago, Josh was like, "Hey, you want to come jam out?" And then this is the first band that I've been part of.
Really?
Yep. So, but it's fun. I like it so far.
That's cool. What a great band to have as your first band. That's lucky.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have to get in with a good crowd. Really.
Yeah, you did.
So,
That's
Josh.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, where do I start? I've been singing longer than I've been playing guitar. I started playing guitar when I was 17. My dad bought me my first guitar. I was kicked out of my first band, and I actually
You can tell.
yeah. Actually, when I was kicked out of my first band, it gave me more of a push to learn music and learn guitar. So every day after school, I'd go home and sit at the computer like 3 hours a day and learn how to do tabs and learn all the guitar chords. I've been in multiple bands. I've been singing, oh my God, forever, since I was like yay high maybe.
Aw.
I was in older bands. Yeah, I was in different kinds of other bands, and then I was a bass player. I played bass too, and
Me
and I
too.
just finally the last band I was in, people really wanted to have me sing more, so that's got a hold of Richard, and here we are.
Started doing stuff, man.
Yeah.
And it kind of never stopped.
Yeah,
So-
I never thought it would turn out to be like this because we started as a duo. I mean, it was just me and him
Okay.
doing shows acoustically. So, I think the more and more we were playing, the more and more we wanted to progress and become an actual full band. So far, everything seems like it's going really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it does seem so. Very good.
Hi, my name's Justin, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Justin.
Oh wait, wrong meeting. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
So I've been playing music a little bit longer than these two. Music, not just singing or anything. I picked up the bass back in high school. I was about 14, 21 years ago. I just got started with my best friend. He got a guitar for his birthday. He decided that he wanted to learn and write his own music. And I think it was on his birthday or somewhere shortly after, he was like, I want to start a band and I want you to play bass. I just, without hesitating, I just said, yeah, okay. So then I got like one of those little, those Fender Squier starter kits, the P bass with the amp and the book and the DVD and the whole thing. Wow.
Did you actually watch the DVD?
Maybe like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah,
They're the cheesiest thing ever. And like, if you're just trying to get started, they're great. If you want to learn any sort of like technical, in-depth thing, unless it's from somebody like, say, Victor Wooten, for instance,
He's good.
you're not really going to learn much from it. I mean, if you do, that's awesome. But the ones that I experienced, it was just like, all right, here's a song. Now you play it, that kind of thing. No tablature, no. Yeah, look at me now. But yeah, I took bass lessons from a guitar teacher. So my friend that played guitar and sang, he had the same instructor. So I think I took like 4
Oh,
months.
that's
of lessons.
great.
Yeah, and I think I took like 4 months of lessons with that guy before I kind of started to figure things out on my own. Like he taught me the modes and a few scales, and I learned a bunch of like simple songs starting out like like pop punk stuff, like Blink-182, Green Day, a bunch of Nirvana, not just because I'm from Washington, but because I actually enjoy their music. And so the first band we kept changing, like every year. The songs would get more intricate. We changed the band name every year. I think we went from like Melon to the Paper Machine to Ashton.
Like the cooker?
Sure. But so that was between like 14 and 18 roughly. And then there's a huge gap where I would jam with a bunch of musicians, but I didn't have anything serious going on. And then about 5 years ago, I picked up music more seriously again and started learning some more technical things and some other songs that I wanted to learn from people that I've been inspired by, like Flea, Les Claypool, that kind of stuff. And then I went on Craigslist and said, "Hey, other musicians, I'm a bass player, I'm looking to get out," and joined a Nirvana tribute band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it didn't last very long, that iteration of it, but the drummer and I actually became pretty good friends and stayed in contact.
Cool.
And the cool part about the tribute with him is that he was the first guy to ever play with Chris and Kurt back before they were Nirvana, back when they were they were still.
Are you talking about Aaron Burkhart?
Dang.
No, Robert McFadden.
Oh, okay. Because Aaron Burkhart,
he played with them for about a month or so, and then they kind of went their separate ways. But
yeah, because my friend Aaron Burkhart, he played drums for Nirvana, and he actually helped write some of the songs.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
That were off of the Bleach album and stuff. So I was just wondering if that just might have been the same person as all.
That would have been pretty cool. But,
yeah. Well, and didn't you just meet Chris?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. So before our first show, it was at the Ole Underground, but a week before, Chris's band, Giants in the Trees, was playing at Rhythm and Rye.
Oh, cool.
And Rob kind of wanted to do like a meet and greet with like all the band members, like all of us, not just, whatever, but kind of get to know us because we were all pretty fresh. And he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to meet Chris?" It's like, I went to high school with him. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we walk over there and shake hands and take a quick picture, just do the meet and greet things. Like, sweetest guy ever.
I got to meet him back in 2013. He is very sweet.
Yeah, I got to meet him long time ago. Him and his wife, we had dinner.
And he's just super chill. I was at a VIP for an opening event of the Nirvana exhibit at the what is it called? Experience Music?
The EMP.
So we were members of EMP for a year. My mom had paid for membership, and we got into that VIP party, and we got to hang out with Chris. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
It was.
But yeah, and then from there, the tribute kind of fell apart, but Rob and I formed another group with another buddy that he met, Nariah Stoneheart. This ridiculously amazing guitar player, eccentric as all hell. Just
he's like the next Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's the sweetest guy ever and amazing musician. Like no ego, just coolest guy. I mean, we all gelled pretty quickly. Like I think the first night we jammed together was we were drunk at a campfire, and he's like, I didn't have a bass with me, but he's like, "Oh, I got one." So we started playing, and from there.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, it was great. From there, we formed Stone Riot, and that lasted about a year, maybe just under. But the funny thing about that is we were down in Portland at the east side, and we were double billed with those guys. So that's where I met them for the first time.
Ah.
And then after that, we all went to Weedstock the following weekend. So we all camped together and kind of bonded.
Oh, cool.
So we were already friends before I came out here, and then within the year they were like, "Hey, we've tried out a few bass players, like no one's really working out. Could you come out here?" And at that point, Stone Riot had disbanded, and I didn't really have anything going on. So, I thought about it for maybe about a week or two, something like that.
Wow.
I pulled the trigger and said,
"Wow,
coast to coast, wow."
I believe in the music. They started sending me some tracks, so I wrote some bass parts and sent them off and put them in the mix and everything. Yeah. It's
That's awesome. That's quite the story.
It's a crazy story. It's one of those things like you drove across the country to join a band. Who does that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Who does that anymore anyway, right? Like back in the day it happened, but anymore, yeah.
It just, it seems like such an insane thing. But if you love music and you believe, what your friends are doing and you want to support them and be a part of it, then
When you have the right band chemistry, it's hard to find. So
He was the missing puzzle piece.
Aw.
Sorry, missing piece of the puzzle. Leave me alone.
Aw.
not her book or something.
Whatever.
He did the no.
You did the
I caught myself though.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Now it's Sean's turn to say words.
Okay, words. Geez. I started playing drums before almost everybody in the band was even alive.
He's all.
Yeah, let's not
He's
talk
up
about
there.
that. I think we
There's no
determined-
ageism
We're
here.
sitting in order of age.
You are. That's
Oh
funny.
my God, we are.
Just realized that.
I can't believe we made that happen.
Well, but yeah, so like somewhere near what? I think we figured somewhere like 25-ish years of drums playing. I've been in a bunch of bands. We won't go into great details, because I existed in the era before the internet. And
Yeah,
before
yeah.
YouTube and
Cell
So,
phones.
yeah.
What about computers?
Especially computers.
I actually got to play Oregon Trail on an Apple IIe in school.
No idea what an Apple II is.
Neither do I.
Oregon.
Take a Game Boy and make it like 4 times bigger.
Oh,
Basically.
jeez. Oh,
Do you know what a Game Boy is?
Yeah, I remember when Game Boys came out.
I remember when Ataris came out.
Oh, it's
I was excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I played drums a long time. Let's see, I DJ for 15 years.
So you did it for a while. didn't
Yeah,
you?
ran a recording studio,
We
record
still kind of
label.
use him as a DJ every once in a while.
Yeah, when we get big gigs, whether we do like weddings or something, I DJ and we play music also.
And use our producers, right? There's that.
I do recordings and
Oh, nice.
run a record
A
label
bunch of stuff.
ish.
Yeah.
Not the record.
You do
label's
all the
real-
recording for your band?
Sort of. We got another dude that I'm kind of training,
Okay.
so he's kind of like me replacement in training.
Expanding.
Yeah.
Ah,
Mm,
Delegate more stuff to other people.
yeah.
definitely.
The
Understandable.
studio's rebuilding. I mean, because things got rough for a little bit. I lost my house, wound up homeless, living in a tent. Had to sell off my good drum set.
Oh.
Down by the river.
Oh.
I would have been way more comfortable in a van down by the river, let me tell you what.
Oh.
It was like early spring. I woke up one day, my tent had collapsed on me from snow. That was not pleasant.
Mm.
But yeah, so I had to sell off all my stuff. And so rebuilding. And now I have these fine gentlemen to hang out with.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, guys? He called us gentlemen.
Yeah,
Somebody
sorry.
better check our credentials, man.
Yeah.
I ain't no gentleman.
You dapper sirs.
So, yeah.
That's good that you guys are, tight like a family.
So do you guys all live together too, or not?
We do.
Those two
Oh.
do.
Yeah.
I live with my wife.
I live with my wife.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when we're together, we're like, I don't know.
It's like we all grew up together, honestly.
Yeah.
Stop
Everybody's-
talking.
Everybody keeps messing with each other, and
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we get stuff done, but sometimes it takes a really long time to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I tend to dick around too. With the
Fun.
shenanigans.
I was going to ask you, what was your first kit?
It was a Yamaha. Well, I mean, my first kit.
Yeah, what was your first?
It was basically a truckload of random drums.
Ah, sound familiar?
Yeah, like
Get yourself a
Little
fucking
Pots and pans.
Except mine are on the same.
well, actually, my
Alright.
very first drum that I actually bought sits right over there. It's actually a big old djembe. That was my first actual drum that I bought.
Oh wow, that's cool.
But are you going to get it?
I am.
Yay!
Yeah.
Alright, show
Send
and
me
tell.
that one.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
That's got a lot of miles on it.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't
It's
play
gotta
it
be
anymore.
refurbished.
Yeah.
Uh,
The drum kits for those things are like almost $100.
now they're expensive. I have one too. I have it in my classroom though.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first drum. And then I bought a Yamaha Ride-In kit, and I had that for, well, 12 to 15 years. And then I sold that when I had a little apartment that was too small to even hardly contain me, let alone all of that stuff. So, yep. Then when they decided that they liked me as a drummer for this project, when they came to record at the studio, we're like, hey, and I was like, hey, can I go ahead and throw some hand drums on one of these tracks? And they seemed to like it.
That's cool.
Next thing you know, here I am. But yeah, then I bought one of those little electronic kits just to try it out because I was like, well, I need something in a hurry, and instead of spending $1,500 to get a whole drum set, I was like, I can get one of these for about the cost of a cymbal.
Yeah, right.
So I got playing on it, and I'm like, I like the electronic kit thing. So
You do?
then when we went to going on tour, I invested in that beast behind us there.
Oh, you upgraded to a different electric?
Yeah. Oh, this thing
It's a
here.
bigger
Yeah, they're
version.
much better now.
So
I tried one years ago, probably almost 20 years ago now, and I didn't like it, but I tried one 2 years ago, and I really like it. It sounds
That's a whole
better.
different
better.
creature.
I'm still not a fan.
I'd rather have
Not a fan.
it. Yeah, but they have improved quite
Oh, yeah.
significantly. So
Yeah.
I hated it back then. I was like, I can't ever switch over.
I said the same thing until I basically played.
Mhm.
It's the mesh heads that I like. I don't like the cymbals. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the rubber cymbals.
Yeah,
But,
those are weird.
yeah. But they do make metal cymbals for the electronic kits that I'm thinking I might end up investing in at some point.
That's cool.
But that's pretty much the only complaint I have about electronic kits is the cymbals, because you can't get the play off of the stick.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern with it too. It just sounded too much, I don't know, too much like a machine.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I just don't like the feel. I just don't. Just like me and double kick pedals. I don't like double kick pedals. It sucks that I have two kick drums. I gotta lug around every time, but to me, it's worth it because I'm more comfortable and I can go. I don't know. I feel better on it.
Oh, hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
We can see who's in the chat room, and he said, you see a lot of real cymbals with electric kits. Yo.
Yo is the new bass player for Fatal Butterfly. So
Yeah. Talk about an exciting announcement, man.
welcome, Joe, to Fatal Butterfly. So,
Well, thanks for sharing, Sean. It always, intrigues me where other drummers started. So other musicians definitely, but I can relate with, I started out drumming on a Yamaha when I was in high school, but I started playing drums when I was 10. The Yamaha was not my kit. I didn't own my own kit until my husband bought me one back in 2006. And it's a PV, but I shouldn't say he has, revolutionized it with Evans hydraulic heads and Zildjian cymbals. And I have 9,000 DW kicks, so I'm spoiled.
it's funny, you and I have the same heads.
We do. And we
And
did.
the same symbols.
I know, it's crazy. We didn't even know each other. We haven't even known each other. Have we known each other a year? Yeah, we've known each other.
Yeah, we know each other. Anyway. That's crazy.
It is crazy. We met like a year ago. And now look at us.
I know. Taking over the world. Oh, part of my plan.
Oh God, she's turned evil.
Oh, we were already evil. No,
Excellent.
double trouble.
Oh, yeah, we are doing it.
Tell us a little bit about the shows that you guys have been doing.
Yeah.
We do all kinds
We're
of
gonna
shit.
omit that one.
We're not talking about that.
We're
We're not talking about Buffalo, huh? Buffalo never happened.
Buffalo never happened.
Other shows.
So
Not that
the
one.
last show that we did is sort of like the first 2 rules of Fight Club. You don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but the first one that we played when I got here, we did the Allegheny at the Talent House, the Battle of the Bands.
Well, that was your first one.
Yeah, that was our first.
Wow.
Our
I
first show.
forgot about
Oh, my
that.
gosh.
Yeah, dude.
We were up against 3 other bands, and yeah, that was
Nailed it.
we were all nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So we have new material, and it was just we didn't know how the judges and the crowd were gonna feel about what we were bringing with the music or our presentation or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the end, it all worked out. Was it the weekend after? We went to-
Yeah,
Yes.
Philly.
Yeah, we went to Philadelphia to the Fire the weekend after, and that was a 4-band structure, and that was amazing.
Good times.
That's cool.
And they ended up loving the new music too.
Yeah,
What?
everybody there loved us.
What he neglected to mention though is the first show, yes, was the Battle of the Bands, and we also had won that night as well. And because of that, we were able to, kind of boost up our name in the area to get a couple more gigs for the future and stuff like that.
That's
Awesome.
amazing. What did you guys win?
We got which still has to be done, a music video
We won $500.
for some of our songs. We won a $500 cash prize, and then we have to return for round 2.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, too.
$10 belt.
yeah,
Yes.
they're doing a 3-round system, so the next one will be.
Oh, wow.
The prize is 1,000, and then the final round is like 1,500.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yes.
Yeah, so
I like money.
Yeah.
so we're trying to
We all
see
do.
pumping out a few more songs, a few more new songs to kind of bring to the table. But yeah, again, Philadelphia was great. Shout out to Ben, our sound engineer. That guy was awesome.
It was on point, man.
And then the other bands, Fellow Craft, Delmont, and Threefold Fire.
Threefold Fire, yeah.
Threefold
They
Fire.
were last minute substitution. It was supposed to be
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Right.
Stealing from Thieves, but unfortunately they couldn't make it.
but Threefold Fire showed up and they killed it. I mean, they did an absolutely amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun playing with such every band that played that night.
Wow, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And it was a really cool mix of like I guess genres. It kind of went from like poppy to alternative to kind of like hip hoppy, sort of kind of a vibe to it. But
It all
Yeah.
blended very well, though.
yeah, it was
Oh,
a really
that's
good
cool.
mix.
So
And then we had last weekend, which we're not going to talk about because
We all have
No
those.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
Whatever.
No
Last
promo.
week never happened.
Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I should have got it on for.
This is why we need the cardboard cutout. Then you
I
can just go
know.
sit in the corner.
Go sit in the corner. You're in a timeout.
You're in verbal timeout, Josh.
See, even the hosts are pissed off.
Yeah, Josh, go sit in the corner. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know why you need to stand in a
We
corner
got
and need
lots.
a timeout, but
We got lots of more shows coming up. One of our big shows we've got it's up in May. We're going to be playing at Wilbert's out in Cleveland. It's the weekend of the induction of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
nice.
This is one of the inductees for
Yeah.
the whole ceremony.
And they all love Wilbert's burgers.
Yep.
So
And there's also an Indians game that day as well, right across the street from the stadium.
Wow.
Sean loves Wilbert's burgers too.
I really do. Their brisket burger is the best burger I've ever had all over the entire planet.
They smoked all their stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's good.
Gotta like a good classic burger, man.
Yeah.
It's true. And they have Nathan's hot dog stands over in New York too. Those are awesome.
I'm kidding.
Well, there's a little kitten face.
Oh my gosh, the kitty cat.
Yeah, that's a
Hi,
kitten.
kitty.
Hi, kitten.
That's one cat out of 5.
He's gonna hop up there next to the
Oh,
phone.
God.
Yeah, I'm
There's
surprised they
5
haven't-
cats there. Wow.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
the
surprised they
cat's
haven't been
name?
in front of the camera.
I'm surprised Kirk's not.
All around.
We like kitties. Kitties are
Do I have
cool.
any cats? Oh, sometimes I have my cats show up during the show, or my dog.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your kitty.
There's my Kiki.
So pretty.
Yeah. All right, cat segment.
Right?
Oh
This just became a cat video.
Right here.
yeah, we usually have pets.
He's running away.
The fur babies, definitely.
Miss Bass will make an appearance.
I hope so. She's been kind of bratty the last few episodes. She'll show up after the show. Or like Fernando showed up at the very end that one time.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
yeah.
that was weird. Fernando doesn't like people very much.
Fernando.
Just his people.
I love saying his name. Fernando.
And you do such a good job rolling your R's. So I want to thank all of our viewers tonight. I see that our chat room's really blowing up over there. Hi, Loki.
Hi, Loki.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Good
Give
morning.
us a shout out on the
chat.
chat if you haven't yet. And if you have any questions for our band, go ahead and type them in the chat room and we'll
Yeah,
ask.
we'll get them.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like funny stories from any of your shows?
Fun stories from our shows.
Yes.
Do we retell Weedstock in its entirety?
No.
No.
Ooh, this sounds like a good story.
Oh my gosh, please.
Please do.
We have to omit some parts for
Yeah.
FCC regulations.
I'll let Josh start it off because my experience was slightly different.
Okay.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh my.
Let's start this out.
We
Wish
showed
I-
up in the right night.
We showed up in the middle of the night at Weedstock and
The day before everything even started.
and they were basically invited us to their courtesy fire, and we got extra toasty. Their infused ice cream was really good. But I mean, the next day, kind of, what was the next day? It was but we didn't do our VIP until Saturday night, right? But Friday
Technically,
night,
we did 2 VIPs.
Yeah.
Around the community fire, we did kind of a little acoustic show, a little campfire show. Yeah, and got everybody singing along on a couple of songs and stuff. And
Oh, that's
a
awesome.
lot of people were recording it and shit.
Until they fired up the dubstep.
Yeah. The EDM
oh my
music,
god, dubstep 24 hours straight.
Whoa.
For 3 whole days.
Yeah, so imagine being the epicenter where all the sound travels from 3 locations.
That was our
we were right there next to
Yeah,
it.
that's where we were camped. We were like 20 feet from a coffee little vendor thing. Which was
So Waco
that-
Day comes.
Yeah.
That thing was
Oh my gosh.
The porta potties were right there. There was the huge bonfire, maybe like 100 yards away. But yeah, like anytime anyone played music of any kind, it just cut straight to us.
Whoa.
And the fun part for me was this was back when I was in Stone Riot. We packed everything up. We drove out there, and we were performing Friday afternoon. Well, we're setting up on the stage. Guess who doesn't have his bass guitar?
Oh no.
Yeah, I showed up to the property where Rob and Stone were already loading everything in. So in my mind, all right, they saw the case, grab it, load it, done.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen. So we had to scrounge around. Everybody, they were running around trying to find a bass for me, and we had people searching.
Nobody had
Oh,
a bass.
Yeah, there was one guy. I can't remember his first name. I want to say Dan. There's this band Oakflesh. He's their bass player. He had this big 5-string that got me through, and yeah, I just appreciated.
Super uncomfortable with playing.
Yeah, like my whole thing with 5 strings, it's like playing a tree trunk for me, and then my depth perception between the B and the E string is like, what is this?
Whoa.
So it's
so far apart.
No, I feel you. I've played a 5-string bass before, and it's just weird. And
Yeah,
they tend to be really like neck heavy too.
yeah, they're weird.
So you're fighting to keep it up and play, and
Yeah, but I powered through it, and then all through the night they had EDM music. They'd keep getting on the mic like, "All right, we're doing like $2 shots or $3 drinks. Like, get ready for 420. It's in 3 hours." And they kept doing this like every 20 minutes. All the while you hear at a ridiculous volume. Saturday night we got asked to play again, so this time
That's good.
like pretty much every other band except for those guys and Stone Riot had left. Luckily, Stone had a second guitar and a bass effect on his multi-effects pedal.
oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I could plug essentially my pedal setting into, or my pedal chain into his board and then into my gear. So yeah, I played a regular guitar as a bass. I had to use one of Josh's guitar picks because it was way thinner and it was super cold. Like my hands were going numb.
Oh my.
Ooh.
So that was the only way that I could get through it. And it was raining and chilly. It's just like miserable weather. So at the end of our set, I wasn't really like in it with like communicating with people. And some guy came up like jokingly, he's like, "Oh, hey man, nice bass." I just looked at him deadpan. I'm like, "It's a guitar." But I saw him the next day. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. It's just today was miserable. Like here's what's going on." He's like, "It's cool, man. Don't worry about it." But after we got done, so those guys went up and I went off and went to bed.
Yeah, we won't talk about the sound there with the train wreck.
that was a train wreck.
Their sound engineer almost blew one of our speakers.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't loud enough for him.
Yeah, because they had us piped into the dubstep truck.
Yes.
And the guy thought that we were going to plug the mixer into his DJ board.
Yeah.
Like, that is the exact opposite of how this works, buddy.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then after that, when everyone was done, they decided, "Hey, we're going to play EDM music Saturday night, but we're going to make it 4 times as loud."
Yeah.
I know, I was up all night watching it.
Yeah. You guys were all up around the campfire. I had just gone to sleep, and then I woke up, and I was furious at the sounds that were happening. So I popped out of my tent, and I stood up, and I just screamed, "Are you effing kidding right now?"
Oh.
My sleeping bag was turning colors, and I was giggling at the guy across the band.
We made a lot of friends that night.
Yeah.
I time traveled and then yelled at the sun for not coming up fast enough.
Oh my.
And we drank a whole case of water.
Yeah.
Oh man. We should have just hooked a hose to that truck and just let it down to the campsite.
Everybody loved to hug that night. It was that
it was
hug
so
after
friendly.
hug after hug.
So friendly.
Oh.
We were all in the interview tent, I think Saturday,
Yeah.
for Kat Bonsack. She does this thing called Cats Out of the Bag. She was interviewing musicians, and
That's cool.
these guys were the rock stars that weekend. It's like,
We're just some
For
dudes.
what it was worth.
yeah, well, that's the thing. You guys were the furthest away. Like, "Oh man, you guys are from New York."
They literally thought we flew.
Yeah, they thought we
Right.
flew. No, we drove all the
Yeah.
way from our
Wow,
hometown
you drove.
to all the way to California and back.
Wow.
Washington.
Yeah,
We were in California. That's farther that's the coast, Cali. And then we went to Washington.
Washington's farther than Cali.
yeah, we went to Cali and then up.
What?
Cali, then up.
We went from this side to that side in the car, and it was cramped and long. But it was fun. We had so many adventures. I climbed a mountain. We slept in the desert. It saw all 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah, you would.
That was the peyote.
Yeah, and then we rode on the loneliest highway in America, Highway 50. It is really long, and you will need a full tank of gas to go down one way. And that was fun. Got elevation sickness from being up in the mountains. Well, I didn't. But
Oh,
yeah, it was fun. It was an awesome experience.
I bet. Have you ever done that road trip before?
No.
Wow. So yeah, really cool life experience. How long did it take you guys to get from New York to Washington?
With everything planned out, because we made a
2 months.
tour around it. It took 2 months to go out and back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah,
We started off, had 8 shows booked, and then ended up with 15 played at the end of the tour.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And then when I came out here to join them, I drove from Washington to New York, crossing 10 states in 5 days. I showed up here on New Year's Day.
Oh, you did?
I
Wow.
was gonna ask you because I was thinking it was gonna take like maybe 6 or 7 days. I don't know. I never driven to New York.
It was all dependent on the weather because, like, once I got to Montana, I was checking, Google and weather alerts.
Yeah, it can get rough in the Midwest.
The funny
Definitely.
part was like everything west of them and everything east of me was like, nope, like you're not going this way. So I cut down through like Wyoming and Colorado. And
Okay.
through where the hell did I get?
Joshua,
All that.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
Oh, it's your wife commenting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She said that you guys forgot. You guys forgot to send me the link.
Oh.
Sorry, Allie.
Ellie, you found us though. Yay.
We're on
Yeah.
it. We're on it. It's happening.
Our booking manager's on it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We do things and stuff.
Sometime.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right down there.
You guys ever have anything like super crazy happen to you when you're like at a show playing besides
Angry homeless guys.
Oh, do
Yeah.
tell.
I got yelled at because I used to wear bandanas. It was kind of part of my ensemble, and I had a blue bandana on in Ohio, which apparently was wrong.
Oh.
So this homeless guy came up and started talking to us, and he got mad at my bandana.
Oh.
And quickly
I didn't know that there was a big gang problem in Ohio.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought Ohio. Cali, yeah, but Ohio. Really?
Ohio? Come on.
This dude was so out of it, though. I mean, I guarantee he remember his own name.
Maybe he just wanted to pick a fight with somebody,
Mm.
and that was what he picked out. Man.
Here we go.
Here comes the
No,
No, kidding. No.
I get these.
here comes the real star of the show.
Aw.
We're good.
Yeah, I've never really had any weird things. I just get a lot of like older guys coming up to me like, "Oh man, your bass tone, it sounds like Pink Floyd or like this or whatever," which is cool. It's just like I don't expect like I don't know those.
Justin gets a lot of old guy action.
I don't really expect those comparisons. I got one guy at Rhythm and Rise said that I sounded like Marcus Miller during the sound check, and I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh no, I kind of do like more like a Les Claypool kind of thing, like whatever. And then I was like, man, I should have just said thanks.
I think you sound like my basic emulator on Fruity Loops.
Other than that, the weirdest thing that happens is people request songs. Like, they'll know it's not a song that we don't do, and they'll still request it.
Yeah, that always happens.
Like Freebird.
Like, shut up.
Everybody's gonna ask that.
I don't know, Freebird.
I did have one guy sort of flip on me one time. We were at Merlin's over in Lebanon, Oregon,
Hmm.
and we were like between third and fourth set. This guy's like, "Man, you guys sound awesome!" Blah blah blah. Like, just high praise all around. I'm like, all right, cool, man, that's awesome. And then there were a couple of women who were like, "I want to hear that one song again because I didn't get a chance to dance." I was like, "All right, if you want to dance, yeah, we'll play the song again." So we got out there. We played like 2 or 3 songs over again for the fourth set. Just people wanted to dance. We want to
Yeah.
give them what they want. And yeah, we finished, and the guy he looked at me. He was so disappointed. He's like, "Man, like that was so lame. Like you guys played that song again." Like I tried to explain to him like, "Well, man, like
They wanted it.
the
Fans want it.
girls wanted to dance, so we gave them that chance, I really
They have boobies, they win.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. I tried to stop myself, but it was
Yeah,
It was too
you're already
late.
committed.
Okay, plus they're close.
right.
Well, it looks like it's time for music news, so I'll go over some music news and then I'll come back with some more questions for you guys.
Awesome.
All right, music news for February 19th, 2020. Black Shepherd are releasing new music for their song FNA on February 21st. So just in a few days, you can hear a new song from Black Shepherd. Our friends Somewhere Between are launching a new Facebook page, or excuse me, they've launched a new Facebook page. They already have over 300 likes in less than a week. Go ahead and give them a like if you haven't yet at Somewhere Between Band on Facebook. Local punk band sensation Klondike Kate released their very first YouTube video, Dance Punks, featuring our very own Tony Lucas Crash. Woo!
Yeah.
And Giselle from Fatal Butterfly. It was really good. I enjoyed watching it. So check it out.
And my good friend Christine Nyland was also in it.
That's right. Yes. She did a great job, and I love her tattoos.
Oh, I know. So beautiful.
Beautiful color. She holds very well.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Moran continues to build his top-of-the-line music recording studio. In fact, I watched some live feeds of him building away today, and it appears to be coming along nicely, Sean. I'm looking forward to seeing the end product. Following our friends in the band Everything Under the Sun, they are still on their national tour. 2 days ago, they made it to Las Vegas. Woohoo!
Yay! I'm glad you guys made it safely.
Glad you guys made it, guys. And they played a President's Day live music event at the Las Vegas Golf Center. And I believe they're headed to Phoenix next. So they're probably on their way as we speak. And I just wanted to end music news with a shout out to Ozzy. I know a lot of people have already heard that he's had to completely cancel his No More Tours tour due to health issues. And I'm a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan, and I've had him in my thoughts lately. So
yeah,
ever since the Parkinson's has hit him, he's been.
No, is he taking medication to help?
I believe he's getting treatment, medication, yes, but it's just really taking a toll on him. I mean, he's in his 70s. He didn't take very good care of himself when he was younger, as you know. And it's been hard. The Parkinson's has really been taking a toll on him.
Oh, well, my heart goes out to him and his family.
Yeah, me too.
And to, all of us fans too, because we feel that loss.
And that concludes our music news. Thank you.
Thank you. That's crazy. I like hearing our local music news. I can't lie.
Yeah, I thought it would be a really good twist.
I like it.
I forgot to ask you guys where you are exactly in New York. So go ahead and tell us where you are streaming from tonight.
We're in Bolivar, New York.
Oliver, New York.
Bolivar, New York.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
715.
we're about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
New York.
Of Buffalo.
Okay,
Right
so
above the PA border.
forgive me, I'm not sure where that's at exactly. Is it north or south?
South.
South. Okay, gotcha. Cool. And is it a pretty small town or is it a pretty big city?
It's tiny.
Okay, so you're in the rural area. Okay, so that's like us. We're in rural areas of Washington. So I'm in Sequim, Washington, out on the Olympic Peninsula.
And I'm in Lake Stevens.
I actually used to live in Marysville before I came out here, so.
Yeah, not too far from where I live.
Yeah, that's not too far away at all. Oh, very
Also,
cool.
I just found out my brother and my nephews are watching, so Josh, Andrew, Jim, family, friends.
Hi,
I'm
family.
Welcome to Musicians Hangout.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about where you guys found your influence. So tell us what bands and musicians influenced you guys.
Ricky, go.
We'll start off like before. My main influence starting out as a musician was always Red Hot Chili Pepper. the kind of punk vibe with the funk behind it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of caught my attention. Then kind of grew into more alternative music, and then got into a wide array, especially hanging out with my grandfather. He showed me everything from like the 1940s up. So I kind of encompassed everything within it all, and then put like Social Distortion and stuff like that. Green Day are big influences on me as well.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing.
I mean, basically, my influence is Green Day. Grew up with music.
What is your favorite Green Day album?
Oh, I think my all-time favorite Green Day album is Kerplunk.
Ha! That's so funny because I was in a Green Day tribute band, and our name was Kerplunk.
Sweet.
Nice.
But they weren't just the only ones. You know, I was a big Johnny Cash was a big thing for me too. You know,
I don't even know if I know anybody who doesn't like Johnny Cash. I mean,
Sean.
But I mean, I listen to all different kinds of music, but I think those are the two. You know, Johnny Cash and Green Day is what really pushes me towards music. Yeah, I think that's
Simple yet fun.
simple as fun. Yeah. How about you guys?
I've got a laundry list. Believe it or not, I grew up listening to early 90s hip hop with my brother.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like Sir Mix-a-Lot, Run DMC, NWA, DJ Magic Mike, Naughty by Nature, that kind of stuff. And then right around middle school, I kind of transitioned. I started listening to like the poppier stuff. Yeah, like admittedly, you know, like Smash Mouth, Matchbox 20, that kind of crap.
Oh, wow.
so here's a fun fact. Back in 2016, I played the Tacoma Dome. I played bass for Curtis Young, who is Dr. Dre's son.
Right on.
But we played with Too Short, Busta Rhymes, E40.
Wow.
Who else was there? Farside, Fabulous Cocaine, just like a whole slew of like old Young Hump. Yeah, it's Humpty's son, Young Hump.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, so I think that's funny that was one of your musical influences.
That's
yeah,
cool.
and it's between them and honestly like Weird Al, like they're the reasons that I can sort of like do like rappy, fast kind of rhyme stuff.
Wait, what?
Surprise!
Hey,
We're doing a hip hop album.
surprise to all of us. Guess who's going to be on the next album, everybody?
But musically, it's bands, mainly like the alternative bands. You know, I mentioned Nirvana earlier; they were a huge influence. Ben Folds 5, the Posies, the Pixies, Smashing Pumpkins.
Nice.
What else? The Chili Peppers. Who else? Primus, Les Claypool specifically. The Foo Fighters, and lately, the most influence I've taken has been from Les Claypool and Dave Grohl for technicality, and then vocals.
Well, that's awesome. I love Dave Grohl.
I do too. I was just gonna ask you if you were kind of studying his vocals or his drumming. I guess he plays guitar and stuff too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Multi-talented.
I look up to him as a drummer and a guitar player also. I mean, I kind of dabble in both. I'm teaching myself drums incrementally. Like I just need to put more time into it, but I'm progressively getting a little better. Shut up.
Oh. He plays like a bass player.
Yeah, but you know, bass is my home. I found a tone, which is again the Les Claypool influence, where it's clear, it's not muddy, but it's got the low end sounds, and you can hear everything. I can add distortion, phaser, that kind of stuff to it.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a fun instrument, and I love doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, Okay, so it's my turn. Musical influences for me. Well, let's see.
Oh, look at the time.
Oh, man. All right. Whew. Let's see. First albums I ever owned were Black Sabbath, their very first one, and Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy.
Nice.
50 years ago.
Yeah, back when I was young.
Classic rock.
Back before time was invented.
Musical influences for me though, like legit. The reason I started playing drums like trap set was because of the Grateful Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I found this band called Tool. And,
Yes.
Danny Carey is an amazing drummer too.
and now I just try to figure out how I can be an octopus also.
Right? No kidding.
Anytime I think I'm getting good at drums, I'll put on some Tool and I'll practice and I'll suck really bad. There I am.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
But that's half the thing about liking something is you kind of have to hate yourself at the same time.
So you get the motivation to work.
That's some harsh advice.
Right?
Another point I was going to make with the influence is as you're growing as a musician, like the stuff that you listen to influences your sort of progress and improvement. So the more interesting stuff you listen to, you're going to kind of
The more intricate stuff you'll play.
yeah, you're going to kind of pick and choose certain things from it, not necessarily verbatim, unless you do like a tribute thing or
Yeah, that stuff can't play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Some
So
of them.
dive right in with Tool, that you're setting the bar pretty high.
yeah,
Right.
there's always that bar to set. Like for me, I finally achieved the goal after 3 years was to play Tommy the Cat in time and sing to it. And we performed it one time, but yeah, I can say that I did it. So now I'm looking for that next benchmark.
Heck yeah.
The next benchmark is to do it again.
It's a hard song, like just getting the pattern and then trying to spit the words on top of that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Rough. So I think Jerry, the race car driver, is my next one.
Yeah, that would be a good challenge.
I could play parts of Fish On
Right.
bass.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, I really like that one. I figured it out. I had a tape. Primus,
Oh,
the season cheap tape. And I would listen to it, rewind it, and just sit there with my bass and figure it
How
out.
quickly did it warp?
It took forever, but I figured it out.
Right on.
And then I discovered this wonderful thing called tablature.
Yeah, Tab's a big help, but unfortunately now, depending on what website you go to, it's kind of saturated and people get in the ballpark, but they're not quite right a lot of the time, I found.
I remember back when paper was invented.
Are you like Ultimate Guitar? If you're looking for a particular song, they might have like 6 different versions that you can.
Oh,
It's like I want the right version.
And there's a 5-star rating, so it's like based on how many members they have. Like, all right, that one's good, so 2 or 3 stars. Like this one's the closest, so we'll give you 4 or whatever. It just depends. It's weird.
Yeah, that sucks.
I don't listen to any of them.
tell us a little bit about your instruments that you have right now, how many you have, and what kind they are, and let our viewers know any advice that you have on some of the instruments that you use.
Wait, what?
Instruments. What kind of instruments you got?
This is time to be dorks and
Let's geek out about our gear, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
play drums. How many things you got going on for the drums there?
Well, there's it's a electronic drum kit, so there's like,
Well, what kind is it again?
Is it a Roland? Is it?
at least it's DK10, DM10.
Okay.
DM10, something like that. It's a big one. And then
Yeah.
I got some congas and bongos and other such hand percussion-y stuff over there in the far corner.
It's a fun drum corner back there.
Hell yeah, I like the smack sounds on stuff.
It's ours. You can't have it.
Oh, and I
Let's
have
start
my
right
guitar.
now, Crash.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
are
do.
great.
Oh, yeah.
It'll take us 7. We're going to take some detours.
I have my guitar.
Oh, this is the one you use.
Little mini one. That's so cool. Dude, is that an Incredible Hulk? What is that?
Oh my God. Closer to the
Teenage
camera.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh yes, that's the best.
Oh,
Oh my
my god, that's awesome.
I love
Someday I'll be good.
Some-
that.
It just sounds like it's in tune.
Yeah, it does. Sounded good.
Justin?
Just yeah. Okay. First one, I'll just pull it out real quick since it's so.
Yeah, show and tell.
So I have the
Don't step on my phone.
the Ibanez, like the 3/4 scale little micro guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's got a bunch of stickers all over it right now. So it's a PJ. It's like a cheapy like kid kind of model. It's like $180, but it plays really well. It sounds really good, surprisingly, which is awesome. And then I have let's set that down. I have an Ibanez. It's the it's like the 500 series, but it's the 30th anniversary edition, so it's semi-hollow on top.
Oh, that's cool.
It's the best thing I've ever played on. I
love my Ibanez too.
I walked into Guitar Center one day and I was like, all right, like I'm looking for something that's like white that plays really well and sounds great. And I tried that out, and then like I think within half an hour I was like, yeah, this is mine.
Heck yeah.
So I put that on layaway, and then the rig I have, I've got Mark bass. I have the was it the Ninja head, and then the 104, like I think it's the HF, so a 410 with the tweeter and all that stuff. So
Josh says that he likes those little micros. He has a couple of them.
yeah, these things are amazing. And then pedals, I'm running. I've got the force field compressor, the Blood Moon phaser, the green Big Muff, and then I have the Ampeg Scrambler DI, and then a tuner. So I've got the preamp, the boost, the DI, like 2 distortions, and just like I've got everything I need in one compact little pedal train
Oh, that's nice.
setup. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Super simple. I like that. Oh, Josh, you had a question. Allie has a question for you.
Oh no.
She wants me to tell us about your dream guitar that you're trying to steal from Justin.
I didn't talk about it because it's becoming Josh's.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's hear that story. Thanks, Allie.
Thanks, Allie.
So when Justin showed up at
Oh
the
my,
front,
that looks pretty.
Ooh, that a freaking
Oh yeah,
I've always wanted to own a hollow body guitar, so he opened up the case and showed me, and my mouth started drooling.
I
So
bet.
this is an Ibanez hollow body guitar.
Yeah, it's the.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wow.
5.
Yeah, and
I don't even play guitar, and I think that is like
Yeah,
I could probably say it's probably out of an electric guitar I've ever played. This is probably like the best sounding guitar. And then the Rat pedal, distortion pedal,
the
is
rat distortion, which is also mine, becoming Josh's.
but I also play my acoustic, which Richard's using right now.
Which is
If I can get it out.
Herbigerd.
That was
This is my Fender acoustic. It's an FA series.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
oh, it looks like that tiger wood or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's a great sounding guitar, especially from Fenders.
Tiger Wood. No, it's not made for golf.
I mean, nobody said you can't whack a golf ball with it.
And then you got my microphone. Nothing very special about a mic. It looks a mic.
Yeah.
The whole where you can speak to the drummer.
You speak into it, it does things. It makes sense.
Makes you louder sometimes. No. Like Josh said, I'm currently using his Fender thin body acoustic electric. I figured I'd give mine a break, but mine is a Mitchell acoustic electric. It's basically the same thing as the Fender, it's just a different name brand. But I've also got
Where is that?
hold on over here real quick. Bust it off. Well, because it's not underneath all the cases over here to put it away.
As long as we're showing everything, I'll grab my.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This actually looks like a pretty good sized studio, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
So this is my Mitchell acoustic electric thin body. I mean, nothing really too special about it.
Been 30.
It is pretty.
That's nice. Got the dark wood finish on it, the mahogany neck.
Holy smokes, look at that baby.
And
Uh-huh.
this is the semi-hollow I was talking about.
Oh.
Looks so cool.
Yeah, I sometimes use it. The stock photo is the cover of my Facebook page, and then back here you can see it says 30th anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's way cooler than my Ivan is.
Which Ibanez do you have?
A red one.
Why is
There's
that?
nothing wrong.
Why is that funny? You tell.
Nothing wrong with
I don't know why that's funny.
Because
Has anybody?
there's this different guys. I don't know. I have the sound gear. The Geo sound gear. Nothing special. But it still sounds beautiful and it's light and the action is really low, like butter, and you can just it's nice to play.
That sounds nice to
Yeah,
play.
that's the one thing. With
And it's
Ibanez.
red.
Action's always spot on. I can't stand like high action. It's weird.
I don't like high. I mean, you can't play fast if you have high action.
No.
And this is the one of a kind.
Ooh,
That is cool.
that is
It is
really cool.
I was hoping you were going to bring that back out because number one, I wanted to hear what it sounded like,
Yeah, play it for us.
and I wanted to talk about it.
This little hand drum.
Mm-hmm.
The all wood.
Yeah. Go ahead and
It
play.
was made in 1979,
What?
which was the year I was born.
1979.
You made it sound like so old.
I feel like if you were in the 1900s,
Slapper could do the can, you know.
1900s.
It's kind of a while ago.
It feels like a while ago. It was like 2020. I mean, think about it. The 1900s were 20 damn years ago,
Yeah, that's crazy to think about, man.
right? So
I sometimes don't want to think about it.
the sad thing is that I'm older than that drum. I was born in the 1900s and 73.
I'm just a touch younger, just a teeny bit younger than the drum.
Supposed to be like some kind
I know,
Teeny, teeny, weeny, weeny.
not by much.
Not by much, no.
So yeah, when Sean first came into the band and we were doing live shows, we made him use this drum, this little hand drum, for the live shows.
Oh, cool.
Because we were doing it acoustically. It was the only thing that sounded right.
Did you guys do any busking on the street too?
It sounds like a rototype.
We're not allowed to do that in New York.
Oh,
So the only way we can do it is if we can book a venue or if there's an event going on. And we
Really?
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. So you're telling me busking is illegal?
At least
But
in art. I mean, you can go to
Cowboy-
New York City and get a permit, but you
But
can't do it
the
in
cowboy
New York.
can go out and like stand on the street getting money.
You can do that in New York City, but like you got to go down and get an entertainment permit. And it's
okay.
like $25 for the day or the weekend or something like
That's
that. And you
cheaper
can
than
pick up a
Seattle.
spot. But around in the area where we're at, the rural areas, the townships and cities like that, you can't do that.
No
Oh,
busking? That is wow. I'm
Somebody would-
so sorry.
Yeah.
that's lame. Yeah, it's $30 in Seattle to busk at certain areas, Pike's Place and Fifth Avenue.
Did the cops bug you for a busking permit though?
I haven't tried. I only busk in Port Townsend. So I
And
don't
you
know.
don't need a permit in Port Townsend, do you?
No, but I can't busk in Squim, and they just made it legal in Port Angeles. So, like in the past year or two, we're allowed to busk in PA.
I feel like it's weird that it's illegal to play music publicly
Yeah, I
for
know.
people. If they want to give me money, that's on their own. I'm not asking them.
Right.
It's not a tip basis. I just find it's weird and illegal in a lot of places.
It is weird, yeah.
Because they can't tax.
Dude, don't play music and have
Oh,
fun.
you're probably right.
Well, I mean, you can sit on your front porch and play music all day long
Yeah,
until 10 o'clock.
yeah.
Well, that's Manhattan.
That's about as public as it gets, unless you're, booked at a venue.
Huh. That's
What if you're? uh,
Well, thanks for playing that drum for us. That sounded really cool.
Yeah, it does things and stuff.
what kind of head do you use for it? Just
It's all
some
wood.
like wood? All wood.
One whole solid piece of wood. See?
That's crazy.
That is cool.
Oh,
That's why it has that cool sound. It
Yeah.
looks light
yeah.
too. Is it light?
Yeah.
Because you would think wood would be heavy.
It's actually pretty light.
Yeah.
What is it made out of?
Yeah. What kind of?
I'm not sure what actual kind of wood it is. My buddy bought it at a further festival and used it as a coffee table and then finally gave it to me.
This is a coffee table.
What am I
Yeah.
I think it's particle board.
Yeah. I want to say maple. I want to say, but I'm not certain.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's all wood, 100%.
So when
No,
you
it's
guys
got-
were doing the acoustic stuff, where did you play? Coffee shops, bars, restaurants,
Yes.
basically? Okay.
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
Any venue that would take us in, we played.
Sweet.
So we didn't care where it was or who it was for. We've done everything from private venues to private parties, and then open bars and open mic nights.
Sweet.
Still haven't made it to Red Rocks yet, though.
Yeah.
Or the pyramids in Egypt. That one might be
No. I was gonna say I've been to Red Rocks. I haven't played there, but
Well, yeah, I got to play that. And I want to play at the pyramids in Egypt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we didn't really care where it was as long as if they let us in the doors, man, we played for them.
If you guys could play any venue, where would it be?
GBGB. It's no longer there, but
Oh,
I still like to play it.
I
Carnegie
don't know.
Hall?
I would want to go back to the Sherman Theater.
I thought we were
Yeah.
doing that.
We are.
We're trying
actually.
to. We're trying to get in there, but the Sherman Theater was a great experience. My old band, we opened up for Tract 4 years ago.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, at the
Nice.
Sherman Theater, and it was
it
was a great
old time type theater.
yeah. It
Those are
was
cool.
really big too. Yeah, it was very professional and yeah.
Big shows like that are.
Yeah.
Like there is such a huge stage crew at the Tacoma Dome, and yeah, they're very strict though too.
Mhm.
Like get on, get off, now, go.
But everything's very precise. Time
Yeah.
Get a little bit of practice. Okay, sound good. Get off. Wait for your slot.
Yeah.
I want to play the Apollo.
Oh yeah. No.
It just-
Good luck with that.
You know,
I feel like I should change my mind now.
and say USO.
I want to play inside of the Cheops Pyramid.
Hey, you can play
Actually,
anywhere, man.
Anywhere.
Anywhere of your dreams.
anywhere. Actually, I want to play at Ireland because I went there for my honeymoon. I'd love to play in Dublin. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that's cool.
I've wanted to go to Ireland for some time now, and I still have to give my wife honeymoon.
Start saving.
2 birds, man. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, that'd be all right. When did you go to Ireland?
I went about 5 years ago for my honeymoon, and then that's this many.
Yeah, 4 years ago, got divorced.
Yeah, I did get divorced. Yeah, it was, but I got to go to Ireland, so that part was cool.
I mean,
world travel's cool.
I am sorry. Like, hey, at least Ireland's cool. I have a friend who lives in Cork, Ireland, and he is on Cork 96 FM.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
County Cork.
Your friend in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
Shout
of
out to my friend Pierce.
yes. A shout out to Mac Panzer for when he tunes in. I know it's
Yes,
early in
shout out
June,
Panzer from Germany.
but we know he'll listen in. We always
Yes. And Hazura from Malaysia. How are
Yay.
you doing?
We miss you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have fans from all over the world that tune in every week. So it's pretty sweet. If they can't get us live because of their time zone, they definitely watch us later. So we want to give a shout out to everybody around the world that supports us and help, keep building this community. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But hey, it's 8:15 here.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like we need to figure out what is going on. And so, all right, let's get started with your neck of the woods. So, February 22nd at Lucky's Club, the Googans, Potbelly, and Box Cutter will be playing. The 29th, TSOL, Potbelly, Box Cutter, and Bully Craze are going to be playing the Shakedown. There's that page. On the 28th at the Valley, Twisting Fate, Gordon's Crowbar, and 5 Shots Gone are going to be playing. The 29th, Chains of Belmont, Bullet Lobotomy, and Die Farewell, and Skelter will be playing the Concrete Lodge. The 29th, the Digging for Change, Downglow, and Oh Dark 30 are going to be playing O'Malley's. The 21st, A New Machine, Lifter, Green, and A New Day Falls is going to be playing the Zone Bar and Grill. The 22nd, College Radio, Knockdown, Dusty Cubby, and Less Than 3 will be playing the Kraken. The 22nd, Murphy and the Giant are going to be playing at Hog Wallow Pub. Tennessee Shiners, they're playing the Orange Ale House. I'm not exactly sure when. There was no date on that one. The 22nd, Dredge, Basement Tuesdays, and RC Locos are playing the Hive. The 28th, Soul Instinct, Atrocity Girl, and Barbarian Wasteland are playing Louis G's. The 23rd, Drainage X, Carrying, Pearl Grays, and Shaka Zen are playing Plaid Pig. The 22nd, Hospital Food and Underdogs are going to be playing the Black Bull. The 23rd, Nathan Seaton is going to be doing a solo thing at the Doghouse. And the 29th, Hospital Food will be playing the Parish. The 29th, Martin Thomas Reed is going to be playing Cat's West Side Story. The 19th, Fog Eater, Dog Lord, and Worse are playing Hawthorne Heights. And the 22nd, our friend Dogger from Green Jello is going to be doing a solo thing at Inferno's Pizza in Olympia. The 21st, Black Shepherd. Oh, I told you. You already did this one. Black Shepherd is releasing their video F&A at the Place to Be in Hoquiam. The 28th at the Mayfly Bar, Delta Avenue has a show. The 20th at Old Nick's Pub, Fog Eater, Tomb Toad, and Worse are playing. Some of these band names, I'm telling you.
I love the band names.
The 29th at Tony V's, Steel Beans, Actioness, Shark Legs, and Clothing Optional are playing.
Wait, it's a clothing optional show?
The 21st, Death Fetish is playing at Club Sir. So, and then On the
Death
22nd,
Fetish.
on the 22nd, Death Fetish is going to be playing the Bethel Saloon. So
Back to back.
Friday and Saturday, you can catch Death Fetish. The Skylark will be hosting our friends from Deadbeat Blackout and their CD release with Sweet Clarity and special guests, and that's the 21st. You definitely want to go to that show. On the 21st, Fast Track is playing Joe's Place. Red Hat, Blessed Curse, Chain of Belmont, MRAK, and Prize Fighter are playing at the Red Hat. The 22nd, Flashpoint Run, King Catfish, and Rod Wilkins is playing the Cavito. The 20th, Tenrai, The Problem, and Late Night Shiner are playing Tim's Tavern. Ghoster is playing the Mirkwood on the 21st.
Love the Mirkwood.
And the 26th to the 23rd, they're on the Tex-Mex Fandango Cruise. You can catch T. Goney and the Old Hat Band. Those guys have some shows coming up on the 27th, or not the 27th, the 22nd at the Field House in Wellsville. The 28th, the Hickey, and that's in, what is that? Allegheny? And the 29th, the Union Whiskey in Olean. 21st, Old Nick's Pub. Free Base Hyperspace. Vassar and Red Cloud will be playing. The 22nd at Cryptochopa Bar. Free Base Hyperspace. Vassar and C Average are playing. The 22nd, Hard Home, Illusions of Sanity, Heart Sick are playing at the Music Factory. The 21st, This Party Sucks. It's their EP release. They are playing in the Lending Room, and that's in Leeds, UK, United Kingdom. On the 29th, Six Gun, Zach Static Sect, Howling West, and Filthy Traders are playing the Lucky Liquor. Mallory, Octopus Tree, and Tom Esch are playing at Tim's Tavern on the 22nd. I did that one. The 28th and 29th at the Event Center on the beach in Gold Beach, we have Fogline, Benton Blout, and it's a showcase shakedown talent search. The 29th at the Timeout Tavern, we have A Jet, Ryan, and Forever Faded, and that's in Kansas. Brews and Cues, 22nd, Late Night Shiner, Cacophonics, and Take Back are playing. At the Lime, Decade X is playing. Lola's Room. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Sorry. That one's another one. Oh, hey, you know what? The 29th at El Corazon, Mustard Plug, The Toasters, Mr. Blank, The Replicators, and Supersonic Battle Squad will be playing.
Allie!
So, Allie, yeah, she's going to be kicking ass at the El Corazon.
Heck yeah, you go, girl.
Plush Cake is playing the 29th at Burntwood. And that is what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Awesome. Great job, Craft.
It's getting down there. We still get new shows, but we still advertise all the old shows until, the shows are over. Just
Only
take a reminder.
Of February. So.
Yeah, but only for the month of February. That's all I've been doing. It gets too crazy.
It does, and we just love the response. And something that I wanted to mention on our show is that we are 75 followers away from breaking 2K. So if you haven't started following Musicians Hangout on Facebook yet, please do. Like us, follow us.
Speaking of likes, definitely go to our YouTube channel.
Yes, that too.
And subscribe, because the more subscribers we have, the more stuff we can do. We are up to 124 subscribers.
That's awesome.
Thank you, fans. We love you.
We love you.
That's not easy.
It's not, and we've been doing it in 35 weeks with the YouTube channel, and was it 3 weeks or 4 weeks now with our Facebook page?
I
I think it's been 3.
don't even know. I think it's been like a month.
It has been okay.
I'm pretty sure it's been a month. I don't know.
Like almost 2K in a month is pretty awesome. It's hard to do.
Yeah, but we did it different. We started our brand before we actually made a page. And
And that was
we weren't even going to, but I'm so glad that we did.
Yeah, we didn't really know where we would go with all of this or what direction we were really headed, other than, just trying to hang out with other musicians and promote bands,
Yeah.
get to know other people and get to know everything about them and hang out.
And kind of, we want to, hang out, promote everybody's stuff.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah, we're all.
That Dogger likes Mustard Club. Hey, Dogger.
Hey, Duggar.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Right? I think that is an epic name.
Yeah, it is. I liked it too. All right, I got some more questions for you guys.
Yes. Almost there.
Questions? We hate those.
So what's your favorite way of listening to music? If I can listen to music any way possible, I choose vinyl. I'm one of those people. I got a turntable a couple years ago from my sister-in-law, and I've been collecting vinyl since, and I love it. But what do you prefer? CD, streaming, 8-track? What would you listen to?
I'm a streamer. I like to stream my music. Or, iPod.
Honestly, if I got a choice, I'd rather go see them live.
Yeah, but
Best interpretation of the song. So.
I don't know. I'm old school. I still have CDs.
That's old school. Yeah.
I like CDs. Streaming is okay. Vinyl has its perks. I used to, I grew up, my parents had tons of vinyl, so I'd listen to them.
pretty sure we all grew up with vinyl.
Yeah. I actually had a setup where there was actually a vinyl where on the back it showed you how to listen to vinyl, in a room with stereo. So what you do is you put a speaker on either side and then you'd sit in the middle. So I thought that was a cool idea. So in high school I listened to The Who or who else, Oingo Boingo.
Yes, I love Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I had I had the Raconteurs' first album on vinyl, which sounded amazing. So between the speakers or just headphones that cover your ears, for me, those were kind of the best ways to kind of take everything in.
One of my favorite albums as a kid was Cheech and Chong's wedding album.
Oh boy.
It was my favorite.
Yeah, I have 500,000 songs on my hard drive, and
Wow.
big DJ speakers is how I prefer to listen to music.
Oh, heck yeah.
There you go.
Well, yeah, but we're always performing live, so it's hard for us to just live.
I try to go out when I'm doing a show on a weekend, try to go out and see somebody else in the area.
Yeah, but it's hard to go out every single weekend.
Yeah.
Not to just do your shows, but to go and support your friends. Because
Ellie. Well, the chat room is funny, you guys. Look at this.
please tell me that there's a cat in Justin's lap. That Josh is utterly putting.
I actually thought the same thing. I thought he was kind of consoling Justin at first, oh, you like these? I'm sorry, friend. And then I thought,
That's pretty much that's exactly what you thought it was, and more.
Looks can be deceiving, but in this case, no, they're not.
Does this look weird?
Lord.
No, Allie, there's no cat. It's just awkward. And
Awkward.
You're welcome,
fluffy, and
Allie.
soft.
does this bug you?
Oh Lord, that's hilarious right there.
Wait, why are you crying?
Ugh.
Not awkward at all.
Once again.
Okay, we have the sable. Sable? Let's see. Could you click on that one? Oh, wait, where'd it go? Tell Justin the concert cabin says rock on and play some tunes.
The sable.
I have no idea who that is.
That's the best.
Please explain yourself. You have my same
Sable,
last name. Give
your
it back.
friend.
They're
Huh?
one.
Alex says you guys need help to talk when you get home.
Gotta talk. Talk about petting your friend bar. Yes, the Sable, please tell us who you are. You're a mystery to us all. Thanks for tuning in tonight, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys
I
were
really hope
mentioning.
that worked.
Oh, go ahead. You were saying something, Justin. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, you guys are thanking viewers for tuning in and everything. I hope that the promo video I made earlier today that took an hour worked out for you.
I loved that.
Oh my God, I loved it. It was awesome.
Actually, I was geeking out about it with Crash. I was text messaging her like, "How cool is that?"
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, I don't think any of the other guests have
No, they haven't done anything cool like
Have
that.
it, like, we're open to that, open to ideas on promoting.
do like cards. I was gonna do like the old, what was it, like the NXS video where he just has the cards and just throws them away or whatever.
That's a lot of paper being wasted.
Yeah, I know, but I only used like 7 pages. Sorry, Tree.
Uncool. Very unhippie.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was like you didn't really know that the viewer was there, and then you were like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, it's like, well, since you're here, what are you doing? Nothing? Great.
Yeah, that was awesome. No, I think it got people interested in the show, definitely.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, we're all about bands promoting the show too, because
Yes.
we're showcasing you and what you're about, and your fans are going to want to know cool things about you, and it's surprising what band members learn about each other with these questions too, that you don't really talk about as a band. You're like, oh, I didn't know you were really into that, or that that was your influence. Pretty cool to watch that unfold too. So my next question for you guys, you've talked about how you have some events coming up. What are your main goals for this year as a band?
Well, we're right now. Our main goal for this year is to get as much money raised as possible, because we're looking into getting an actual RV for our next tour.
Wow.
That we want to go. Because we did 2 months last year. We want to do a 3-month tour.
Oh, cool.
So we figured, our goal is to get as much shows as possible this year, raise enough money to get an RV so we can actually live comfortably for 3 months, so we're not all sleeping in a van down by the river. Did I say that right with a straight face?
You're perfect.
Same.
Overall goal is to make this a career. We want to be able to make it in the industry where everybody only really has like a 10% chance of making it.
Right.
Yeah, we're fighting like hell right now. We're trying to put together a new album. We're planning a mini tour, like a 2 or 3 week tour or something like that. And trying to raise funds so that we can.
Much, even for
Like
even your guys' show, we've been promoting this for I think 3 weeks now.
Okay.
Since you guys contacted Justin.
Yeah, ever since I heard about it, I've been plugging every week. Hey, come check out Musicians Hangout. And
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really do appreciate
And it'll be
keep
blasted after
and
the
keep
fact.
sending us. Like, don't forget about us after you guys are on the show. Keep sending us what shows you guys like have coming up. We will
How dare
promote them because I can guarantee you, you guys aren't the only people in New York or in that area that are actually tuning in. You know, we
Right.
just probably got like 10 new people on our page. I don't know. I'm just
What's
Just
up, new
say,
people?
every guest are potential viewers, you know, and then we have our regular viewers. They're gonna go check out your guys' band, listen to you. You know, that's
Hashtag getting
works. so so we get you guys fans and you guys get us fans. It just kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, we're trying to
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So where is your 3-week tour going to take place? Is it mostly in New York, on the East Coast? Like where do you want to go for that?
For the 3-month tour, we're trying to do the entire United States coast.
Oh,
So
sweet.
then there's a chance that those guys are going to be playing in Seattle, then, correct?
There's a good chance if we can get into one of the venues in the area, we will most definitely be there.
That's the plan. So
Or
hopefully,
if not, we'll be somewhere in the
We
general area.
can talk about like I can like maybe help you guys with that, depending on
Crash does that.
what venue and who you guys want to. Ooh, never mind. Yeah, no, stay in touch because I got some
I've
friends.
been
It's just
thinking
like,
about it
oh
too.
my God, like Box Cutter and like Potbelly and Millhouse, and those guys would love to play with you guys.
Mhm.
Right on, man. Yeah.
it'll be good to be back home.
Yeah,
Imagine.
friends. We could try to come up and see you guys too. That would be really cool to see you.
Yeah.
That would be super freaking cool.
Have the musician hangout girls there. Because believe it or not, we actually don't get to see each other in person that often. It's every maybe 3 or 4 months.
I know, and that super sucks.
It'll be more as the weather gets nicer.
I know, but you know, and like I said, you know, Fatal is kind of in a weird spot right now, with losing our bass player and then gaining a bass player and a guitar player. So we're waiting for those members to kind of catch up. And then Dissonant Chaos, we just recently got a bass player, so we gotta get everybody up to speed on that.
Oh, right, you did. Hello to Scott, by the way.
Oh, hi, Scott.
I
Is
hope
he
Scott
in
will be watching.
there? You guys should play the concert cabin Justin has. Justin, tell us about this concert cabin. What concert cabin? Let's say we're
Better remember
telling
this
me.
Yeah, man, he knows you.
Oh shit, that's my cousin. It just dawned on me. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's my cousin.
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
my cousin Jason and his wife Sue. They're he plays drums, she plays bass, and they have out in the back of their garage they have a room, like a full-on band room,
Sweet.
full setup. You know, drum kit, bass rig, guitars, microphones, the whole nine. So they actually FaceTimed me the other day. I'm sure I'm gonna get a flack of shit for this for not remembering right away, but yeah, we were FaceTiming and he was like, yeah, man, like, you know, we'll, like clear out the whole space. Like his prized possession in his garage is his blue Mustang. He's like, dude, like I'll even pull out the Mustang to make room for people.
Wow.
Like, oh, okay, like you're committed. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If only you were committed to remembering.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't remember my own family members. Oh my god.
It's been a long day.
Well, the stable probably isn't going to like that very much, but
Yeah,
at least you remembered.
at least I remembered.
You owe him. He gets to give you one free throw punch.
We got about 20 minutes left.
20 minutes, man.
Time flies.
It does, definitely. So, gosh, I'm really looking forward to your tour. And yeah, we'd like to highlight where you guys end up on that. So keep us posted. I like to ask bands what advice you would like to give to other musicians or to musicians that are just starting out.
Don't give up.
We hear that a lot,
It's
actually.
not. It's. I mean, really, it's not easy. Doing what we are doing, and even trying to book our first tour, where there was a lot of goods and there is a lot of bad flaws. So we learned that we always want to book a tour a year
In
in advance, because it is hard. Because I mean, we spent about 12 hours a day in the studio calling
for
people,
like 6 months straight.
emailing people.
Phone calls, emails, fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
And everything. I know, I caught myself.
Yeah.
Funkin'.
But for 6 months straight, we were doing all that. So I guess the biggest piece of information we can give out is just make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you go out and do something.
And original music's always an A+ too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We like,
Don't feel you have to do covers. man.
yeah. No. Yeah.
Covers are fine when you're just starting out, when you're coming together as a band, but use those as a stepping stone to make.
Eventually, people look forward to seeing your original stuff.
That is really good advice.
Use those to make original music. Don't practice too much, but practice often. Typically, if you can play something at a slower speed, work on building up to like whatever speed for like a Zeppelin record or the Cars or whatever you're trying to accomplish.
Don't be afraid to try new things, man. I
Yeah.
get yelled at a lot for not stepping out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I'm the same way.
Date a little bit more together.
It's hard to find people, though, that will push you outside your comfort zone. I'm having issues with
And
that.
the other part of that is like as you're learning,
Like,
try
people get too frustrated, like, if I don't get it on the first time. And so then,
yeah, they freak out like, what? You're not perfect? How dare you?
Yeah.
We just start over.
Yeah, no, that kind of thing, that just takes time with, getting comfortable with.
right. I mean, you're not going to get it in the first day in practice, but it just gets frustrating.
It's part of the quote unquote conversation. But yeah,
It's like communication is big too. If you are in a band, not just like a solo artist, you're in a band or a group or something, make sure you have good communication on and off stage.
yeah.
Because it plays a lot in the game.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and anybody who's kind of starting out, getting ready to record, or somebody that's just needs to work on their timing, use a metronome. It's going to help you. Can't stress that enough.
How I feel about metronomes.
You just get one of these electric drum kits that come built in.
Yeah, the look on your face.
And the next step is you're replaced by programmed drums.
I
Yeah.
really don't like metronomes. Only because I like the fact that some songs can fluctuate between time, but metronome kind of keeps you stagnant within one time frame.
And when you got
that
a
is the
drummer like
drawback.
me who practiced to a metronome for many, many, many moons.
Wow. That is dedication. That can get.
One though, like the old school.
Yep.
The little needle ones that
Yeah.
click.
It was neat.
That's what I had too. That's what my high school teacher made me use.
Slide the little thing down for the different time signatures.
I am guilty about not playing to a metronome nearly as much or as often as I should.
I don't anymore. I started out that way as a kid, but then I didn't have to after a while, if that makes sense. Like it's just in there.
Yeah, no, and I get that.
Yeah. So I don't do the click tracks when I record or anything. We record very raw, like Sabbath did, and then dub over and layer over.
Well, bands tend to have their natural timing anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. The transition.
It seems like, and it seems like a lot of recording places are, getting away from the click tracks because it kind of takes away from the band's natural timing and feel.
I like that free flow feel. Like when you're just kind of jamming out with the band or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love
It's totally fine if the tempo or if the timing changes. Well, not even if it's not spot on. As long as everyone comes in on one at the same time, who cares?
Just make it sound good.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, and you gotta cover.
Be there when it comes on one.
Justin, I found it interesting that part of your advice was not to over practice because you can over practice if you play too much during the week, you can wear yourself out. How often do you guys get together for practice?
Now it's only once a week, maybe
twice a week, but we usually practice
for
unless if I'm not working, I could be picking him up at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. We could be get done about 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
it's a good
We don't
8-hour
practice as
type
frequently,
practice.
but they're longer.
Yes.
We used to, when we were a trio, we used to practice 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. And then we would play Friday, Saturday back to back, take Sunday off, and then Monday back into the studio for practice.
Okay.
And we did that for about a year. And then
Wow.
kind of burned us out. But at the same time,
Yeah.
we were also booking the tour and, sending out emails and playing games, trying to keep our minds off of just the music so we can kind of bond together.
Cool.
On James.
I thought of that too as soon as I said it.
So you guys mentioned work. What else do you do other than play music? So I'm a high school teacher. I teach art.
I'm a musician and a father. That's all I do.
That's awesome.
I'm a husband sometimes too.
What's that?
You look at me funny because I didn't say it.
You're asking what we do on the south side of this?
Yeah.
I'm full. I work full time. I'm a dad, and I
Yeah.
do this.
What do I do?
Justin's a free spirit.
I drink coffee. I network like a mother. And,
That's awesome.
And then we play music. So I'm kind of a freelancer also, but that's trying to get that picked up.
You should be here.
Cat.
Yes.
You showed up, Miss Beth.
Kitty.
I had Adder here a little bit ago, but he thought I was gonna get mad at him because he was on the counter. But he was in trouble. Hello, Miss Bats.
You were right. She did make an appearance tonight.
I knew she would.
She's been my little cuddle buddy. I've been sick. All right, talk a little bit about your promoting. You guys are really intriguing with your promoting. I've seen some of your videos. I've seen some cartoon graphics. Who does those?
A buddy of mine, Jose, did some cartoon drawings for us.
I loved that.
That's awesome.
Started out as just the floating heads and kind of had like a hippie-ish type 60s style, those guys lettering.
And we kept going through bass players.
And then we kept having to
Yeah.
add a new head and then erase it and add a new head.
I was kind of nervous, honestly, because the last bass player, if you look at the cartoon and then look at me, it's the same guy.
It's just a shorter goatee.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have the long hair and the goatee going on. Like, you guys don't have to change it when I get here, but yeah, we have a new
But
one.
yeah,
so.
we changed it anyways. We got a picture of all 4 of us together. We sent it out to our buddy Jose.
Aw.
That exact same picture, but in cartoon form, and then sent it back to us. We were using that for a while.
Yeah.
But a lot of the event pages that we have that are set up and stuff like that, like on Facebook and stuff like that, we go through and Josh will create a picture for it overall, and then we'll just put the information for whatever venue, what time, if it's a door charge or not. If there's anybody else playing with us, so we can get some cross promotion going for them.
Yeah.
And then stuff that links everything to the studio for Blind Sun Records, so that we can kind of push that along with it. And then we'll just saturate everything with that post.
Uh-huh.
So that we can reach up to 4,000 people with every post.
Dang.
We promote
It
a
gets
lot.
around.
You do promote a lot. I give you a shout out for that. Kudos to you.
Yeah,
You got to promote and get out there, definitely.
Usually after every practice we go live, so it's just us hanging on the couch, just goofing off, but being like, "Hey, here's what's
Is
going
this
on."
count as the live video?
I promote even when I'm on break at work.
Oh, yeah.
I'll sit in my van and I'll just
Do
give everybody
update videos.
updates and everything like that.
And Josh does videos. I'm usually posting or sending like funny memes or something. Or I'm making commercials for web shows that I'm going to be on.
I run in circles with my hands in the air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, you got to switch to decaf.
I know. Right?
But we all have other little jobs within the band that aren't just related to the music itself. Like we all obviously do the promotion.
Okay.
Josh will do his update videos. Justin's doing his posts. Sean makes memes and posts. And then every bar that I go to, every store, every time I'm in an area with people around, I try to get the word out as much as possible by word of mouth. Which I know Justin's been doing the same thing lately too.
Yeah,
Going out
typically
and talking to people.
I'll find one or two people at a show and
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, how's it going? Or whatever, just talking. I mean, you know how conversations work, and then just
Small talk, get to the point, and say thank you.
Yeah.
I'll usually pull out my phone, like, type in your name on Facebook or whatever, and then I'll friend them, and then I'll just I'll dump everything on them with those guys, Blind Sun, like the freelance thing I'm trying to do. Sean and I have a project going on, trying to kind of build the music community a little bit more and get everybody involved, and pretty much
Kind of like what you guys are doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
We
you
do.
have a great following too. You have, 1.1K followers on your Facebook? For those
Yeah.
guys? Yeah, that's not shabby at all. That's pretty good.
I think we just hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube.
Oh,
No,
no.
followers on the video that's posted.
Likes.
Yes.
Wow.
1,100-ish
For the
likes or
out
views
of
on.
reach video on YouTube.
Yeah, musicians. We have more followers than we do likes, but that's cool because our followers, they're the ones that watch the show.
Yeah.
That matter. So.
We're trying to do that because then we can unlock the cool things that happen when you hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Where you can do monetized things.
Because like you said, the more subscribers you have, the more stuff you can do.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trying to build that platform a little bit more.
Well, it's definitely getting harder and harder. A lot of people aren't subscribing to anything. Like for a while, I thought YouTube was, not that popular. But then when we started this, it kind of showed me that it's not going away. It's just oversaturated.
Yeah.
I blame TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is kind of gotten out of control, but it's funny because we started messing with it for the first time last week, just making ridiculous videos. They're 20 to 30 seconds or whatever, but
So you can go on TikTok and follow those guys and see some messed up videos.
yeah, we got something like 89 or 90 views, like within like 12 hours or some crap like that.
And it's just us messing around in the studio, so I mean, it's
Not
not
fun.
doing anything important, but it's still fun to watch.
That's the internet.
Yeah. So do you guys have any recorded music that viewers can find, and where can they find you?
Yeah, Sean, you want to handle that?
Oh, well, basically, if you go to YouTube and type in either hashtag hippie punk or hashtag those guys into your search bar, we're pretty much all that comes up.
Oh, good.
So there's Hanging With Us, where we just sit around and talk like this kind of a thing.
Yep, I've seen that.
Videos, there's
Yeah, I watched that too.
there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
The entire first album is on YouTube,
Yep.
as well as if you go to blindsunrecords.com. Is that still going, or is it still like $9 for a CD or whatever?
Yeah, but
on the website?
I'm thinking about making it free.
Fair enough.
Because
So if
you can get it free
if you go on to
everywhere else.
blindsunrecords.com/those guys, here in the next couple of weeks, I guess you can find the entire album for free.
Nice.
You can steal it off of Spotify
Or maybe I'll make it
iTunes.
randomly free at specific times that nobody's aware of.
yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
free for like a couple hours, and then it won't be, and then it will be.
Okay.
So, but we do have is one or two of the songs off the new album on YouTube. It's recorded and go.
One actually, well, technically there would be three.
Three. What's the third one?
Philly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So there's an entire show from when we were in Philadelphia doing nothing but new original music off the next album that's going to be released later on this year.
Yeah, there's
That's
about
awesome.
four out of the 5 new songs, but Out of Reach, it's already on there.
Right, because we have Out of Reach,
Out of Reach, Take Me
Lost,
Away,
Lost Memories is out there.
Yeah, Dave, and then the new one, we ended up dubbing it Killer. We were kind of trying to have a fan engagement with that one, like, hey,
Help us name
the song that we just came up with.
I remember seeing that. Yes.
Yeah, so we didn't really, we got a lot of great suggestions. We just didn't get,
the one we were looking for, really.
yeah, not the one that really like stood out to us.
Yeah.
And, like every time we talked about it, like, oh, that song Killer. So that's just what it became,
Yeah.
just out of habit.
That's cool.
And then
I'm still calling it Name That Song.
That's
I
all right.
think we're gonna change it to. I think we're gonna change the name to Endless Nameless. Wink.
Name this song.
Just
And then I've got a bunch of
Yeah, no.
sort of solo demos on my Bandcamp page. So if you go to, I think it's bandcamp.com/Black Frog. I just thought it was a cool name.
Alyssa thinks your name is Jason.
A lot of people think my name is Jason.
I did that. It's my fault. I started.
No, yours was actually funny because it was the same initials, so I just ran with it, and I told you
Oh.
that Jason Schultz is my super secret stage name.
And
Well,
it is.
Washington misses you.
Yeah, Washington misses you, so you have to come back, Justin.
Yes.
Or Jason, whoever you want to be.
Just
I'll
call you
do whatever I
JJ
want to do.
for Justin Jason.
Maybe he's actually Jason in Washington. Maybe I was on to something.
I might actually write a song called Jason Schultz. We'll see what happens.
Concept.
Oh my gosh.
I almost just spit coffee out my nose. That's funny.
I was so embarrassed because, I still get nervous on screen, believe it or not, after 35 weeks, but I say things wrong during the music news segment sometimes, and I do try to, I don't know, edit that the next week. So I'm like, oh, I said that wrong, everybody.
Yeah, no, I get comfortable on camera too, which is funny because as a little kid, like my brother, he's just under 10 years older than me. He'd bust out the video camera, and he's 16, I'm 6 years old. He's trying to film something like awesome, like his classic car or whatever, and I'm just in front of the camera, like, look at me, I'm 6 years old, I'm Justin, I'm awesome. Now I'm like, no, don't film me, I'm scared, but I'm starting to break out of that more and
You
more.
make me uncomfortable.
The chat room says you also have a nickname, England. So Allie says our daughter calls Justin England.
Oh, okay.
So no one knows his real name.
I have no idea why she calls him England. But
Just pick one out of a hat, just call me anything.
I had a nephew who called me Bob. I don't know why he called me Bob, but I was always Bob.
Okay.
And I thought I had all the nicknames.
Yeah, sorry.
Bob.
He was like 5. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
I'm like, I know my name is kind of a guy name, a boy
Guys
name,
can
but
do
it's not
that.
Bob.
Hey, name this guy. Those guys.
Please name our bass player so we know what to call him.
Identity crisis. Help me.
Before long, his name will just be bass player.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh, Justin, I was going to say something earlier about this. There was a live feed I watched from one of your shows, and it looked like you were wireless with your bass. So you went off into the crowd. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I found out about them 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They were still those battery packs with the 1/4 inch that went into guitars and stuff. And I tried one, and it was the one where it's the battery pack and then there's the receiver. And back then, the technology wasn't quite there. It wasn't great.
Did you pick up radio stations and cell phones?
No,
well, then you didn't do it right, sir.
that's true. But so I started researching them again a couple years ago, and I found one. It's XV by U2.
Okay.
or U2 XV, whatever. There's like an X3 that's for microphones too. It has the XLR.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yes.
Yeah, but the cool thing about them is, you can go up to like 100 or 150 feet. They've got 4 channels, so you can have multiple guitars without impeding on each other's channels.
Oh, cool.
And it's I think the latency is like 0.06 seconds or something, so it's hardly noticeable. But
That's good.
It helps in live settings. The main reason I got it was while I'm out in the crowd or in the back of the room, I can hear the mix. So if it needs to be adjusted,
sound sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll go to the sound guy, or if we're running our own sound, like, hey, adjust this because this is what it sounds like out here. Or, people are dancing or hanging out. I'll
go hang out with the crowd. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, and people seem to love that. So, I'll get out there and do stuff. I think
beverages for everybody.
When we did the Nirvana tribute a couple years ago, I had it, and I was like up on chairs, jumping on tables, like rolling around on the ground, just having.
Well, that's awesome. That would be so fun.
Yeah, and it's funny because people are like, man, like when you're playing and you're wireless and all that stuff, you make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world. I'm like, well, it's not. It's just that I've trained myself to do it so much, and then with the wireless, like, all right, I can meander, and so like I'm always paying attention when I'm out there. It's not just like I'm looking around like I'm bored or just dancing. At people.
And sometimes I space out.
Yeah, an interactive bass player, that's great because so many times, no offense to bass players, so many times they do just stand there and we want you to do something.
I'm offended.
Be entertaining.
Be offended, Jason.
I'm not the only one.
Well, it's funny. There's that, I think it's a Funny or Die video with Mark Hoppus. He's up on like a podium giving like a speech to a room full of bass players. Like, you guys, like, yeah, it's our job to hang out with the drummers and this and that. But it's like, we always look like we're bored. Like, you need to get out and do stuff. He's like, yeah, guys like Fleer, Les Claypool, like they're having fun. Like,
yes.
Not be so stiff and like, I honestly, that's just a matter of opinion. Like, if you're like that bass player and you don't feel like moving, then you're solid. Like, that's go for it. But if you want to move around, like, my biggest piece of advice with that is make sure you know where you're going. If you're plugged in, watch the cables, watch people around you, drunk or otherwise, like anybody dancing, because you never know. You might smack somebody with your guitar. You don't want that.
Allie
says that Jason Ingram would be an awesome stage name. I love that.
I don't know him.
I love Allie. She has made my night so bright. Thank you.
I know. Allie, you rock.
You are amazing.
Should have had you call in too.
Well, she said something to Sean. She says, Sean, you're only Meg. Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
It's the wife of the drummer.
Oh, Peter.
All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, we have run out of time.
No!
See, 2 hours goes by super fast.
Yes, thank you so
Everyone's
much.
always like, oh my God, 2 hours. What are we going to do for the whole 2 hours? We hang out. That's what we do. We hang out. Have fun.
Thank you so much for being guests tonight. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Allie, you were awesome.
Yeah, Alice too.
Jason England.
Over and out.
I expect to see you jamming on the bass sometime in the Washington area soon.
Yeah, let us know when you're in Washington, guys.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us, you guys.
Oh, you guys were amazing.
You're welcome.
All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Musicians Hangout and have a great week.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Good night. There we go.